Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Hope everybody's doing awesome. I just wanted to thank everybody in the community. I have 300 subscribers now. It's amazing. I mean, if you guys watch, you know I forget to ask people to sub and like. I should. So if you're watching this, sub it and like it, because that's cool. And I really got to say thank you to Vintage Card Steve. I mean, probably half of my subscribers, if not more, are due to Vintage Card Steve just being an awesome guy and just keeping it really cool within the community, because that's really what it's all about among the collectors, you know. But today I want to do something different. I want to do my top 10 wrestling cards of all time. I just want to get into it. If you guys, you know, I know probably most of you guys watch this for baseball. It's pretty much 99% of what I post. I do post some hockey now and again, but I do collect wrestling cards as well. So welcome if you're into wrestling, especially if you watch it in the golden era. You might enjoy this video. So let's start it off. And this is from the 90s era, not what you know people would consider the golden era, but actually the end of the 90s, 2000 ECW cards. This is Pop 2, and I have the other one. Great card. New Jack was an unbelievable performer, a true maniac, one of the old school guys who just got heat, and that's basically why he's such a legend. But this is a great card. These cards came in packs that were in a toy, so it was inside the packaging for the toy, rather. So the condition sensitivity is really tough, so to get one in a 10 is pretty cool. Here's another one. I believe this is Pop 1 or Pop 2. 1991 Merlin, the Italian Merlin. There were different Merlins from different, you know, they did different issues in different countries. This, Bobby the Brain Heenan, I mean, he's the best manager of all time. And it's really hard to say that because Freddie Blassie was such an absolute legend. But I got to give it up to Bobby Heenan, man. Okay, now we'll go back to the end of the 90s with the legendary Rob Van Dam. This card also at one point was a Pop 1. I think it's a Pop 2 now. You know, it's hard to find these cards. If you see the backs of them, you know, they're just in these packs. They always come in the same order. They're in these toys, but it's hard to get them. I had to buy a bunch of them to get nice ones to grade. Most of them you couldn't grade. Let's move on to 1990 Classic WWF. Classic was a cool company. They did a lot of cool things at the time, and this is one of the best cards of the Ultimate Warrior. I know there are earlier cards of him, but this is my personal favorite. In wrestling, you know, it's not really about rookie cards all the time, although it is. It's kind of different in the sense that there are no rules the way there are with baseball as far as, you know, your first season and how many games you played and the MLBPA and all that stuff nowadays with the rookie card stamp. That doesn't exist in wrestling. So this is a cool one, and the cards with the portrait usually, you know, are more sought after by collectors. So that's pretty cool. I really do love this card, and you know, it's a pretty cheap card. None of these cards are too crazy. Now this is one of my favorite cards in my collection of all cards. The Macho Man Randy Savage, a professional baseball player, played in the minor league system for the Cincinnati Reds. Legend has it, now I don't know if this is true, but legend has it that he was at bat, pitcher hit him, he went up, beat the guy up. Next time he saw the pitcher, before he even threw a pitch, he went up and beat him up, and that's how he got the name Macho Man. Now I don't know if that's, you know, real life or whatever it is, but just a mythical, legendary dude. My favorite wrestler of all time, hands down, the Macho Man Randy Savage. One of the most funny, entertaining dudes. And his feud with Hulk Hogan was insane because, you know, that was more than just a work. Let's go back to 1985. This is just a great card set. There are stickers, the 85 top stickers. And these are just great. You know, this is tough to find these in a 9. Stickers are always hard to get in high grades, in mint grades. They're not really, you know, they're cared less about, or were cared less about than the cards were at that time, and the cards weren't cared about too much. But check this out. the Junkyard Dog. This guy was a legend. This guy was incredible. Just a great time to watch wrestling. And look at how great these cards are, man, with the pink and the black and the blue and the white. Like, just everything just works on these cards. And speaking of which, I'm going to show you another one. Let's check this card out. You know, this might be my favorite set, so I'm going to probably show the last couple of cards might be these. Well, of course, this is Captain Lou Albano, one of the funniest people in the history of wrestling. Unfortunately, there are not characters in wrestling like there were during this era. This is a great card. I mean, look at the colors on that, just with the blue and the red and the black. I mean, everything just works on these cards. This one also in a PSA 9. Really tough to find these. I don't know what the pop is, but it's pretty low. I can guarantee it's pretty low, especially if you're comparing it to something like baseball. And keeping with the theme of the 85 top stickers, one of my favorite cards, Iron Sheik, you know, auto. I mean, this card's unbelievable. I like the blue flips. I never had a problem with them. Very, very cool. You know, Sheiky Baby, one of the most entertaining people in the history of professional wrestling. You know, the United States and Iran were bitter enemies, and it wasn't just, you know, talking junk. Like, action was happening and people were dying, and the Iron Sheik was in the United States playing the Iranian guy who just hated America, spitting, and it just unreal. Between him, Nikolai Volkov, these guys are the most legendary guys. They took the heat that people can't even imagine, all to entertain us, and he's still funny. Go check out his Twitter. And for me, just one of the most legendary figures in all of professional wrestling of all time. Maybe the best interviewer in sports history. Mean Gene Okerlund. This is one of my favorite cards, autographed by Mean Gene. You know, it's hard to explain certain players, or rather certain voices like Mean Gene, Ralph Kiner, Phil Rizzuto. You know, it may be other guys for some people that, you know, had different guys doing their sport in different parts of the country. You know, maybe you were down south. Maybe you had, you know, Gordon Soley doing your, you know, your commentating and all that stuff. But Mean Gene was the voice of, you know, the AWA and then the WWF. And just what an integral part of everything that was happening at that time. Just amazing. I'm going to play this on the piano myself because I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'll change it a little bit. Enough of that. And to finish it off, the 1991 classic WWF The Undertaker's rookie card. This is one of the rare instances in wrestling cards, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure, because Vince McMahon created the gimmick for The Undertaker, and The Undertaker became The Undertaker, and this is, I believe, his first card. So I think the pop is still under 100 with these. I think the PSA 10s are like a pop 2. And just a great card, great wrestler, one of the most iconic figures in pro wrestling. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking it out to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for making 300 subscribers happen for me, everybody. And I hope to see you next time. Have an awesome holiday, whatever you celebrate, and be safe.